Hello and a very warm welcome to the brand new edition of Parliament Matters from the Parliament House complex, your weekly roundup of all important developments in Parliament as well as the highlights of the first half of the budget session of Parliament. I'm Kriti Mishra and now let's begin the show. The second half of budget session of Parliament will commence from March 2nd. Several important bills are slated to be taken up. Here are the details.
In the second half of the budget session that starts from March 2nd to April 3rd, the government's legislative agenda includes over 40 bills. The first half of the session concluded on February 11th after some key debates and introduction of important bills. During the recess that followed, department-related standing committees examined the demands for grants relating to various ministries and departments. The legislative agenda for the second phase of the budget session will include consideration and passing of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2019, which will replace an ordinance along with the statutory resolution seeking disapproval of the ordinance. The Mineral Laws Amendment Bill 2020 to replace an ordinance, along with the statutory resolution seeking disapproval of the ordinance. The National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Bill 2019. The National Commission for Homeopathy Bill 2019. The Aircraft Amendment Bill 2020 after it is passed by the Lok Sabha. The Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Bill 2020 after it is passed by the Lok Sabha. Motion of modification of notification regarding the Right to Information Rules 2019 tabled in the Rajya Sabha in November 2019. In the first part of the session, President Ramnath Kovind addressed a joint sitting of Parliament on January 31st, the first day of the session. Both houses adopted the motion of thanks on the President's address after the Prime Minister replied to the discussion. On February 1st, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented her budget speech, which became a record for the longest ever presentation of the General Budget. The government also introduced 3 legislations apart from the all-important Finance Bill 2020. These bills are the Aircraft Amendment Bill, the Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Bill, and the Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda Bill. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha Television.
The first of its kind analysis undertaken by Rajya Sabha Secretariat revealed that various political parties got their due share of opportunities of participation under various windows in the upper house. In fact, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has also directed the Secretariat to prepare reports on the participation of all the members. Take a look.
Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu sought to know if parties were getting equitable opportunities in the Council. The analysis confirmed that while various parties are getting a fair and proportional share of opportunities, the opposition had slightly bigger share in the total 1,460 opportunities. The BJP, with 82 members accounting for 34% of the strength of 239 of the House, got 480 opportunities, which amounted to 33% of the total. The Congress, with 46 members, makes up 19% of the strength. It got 345 opportunities, that comes to 24% share of the total. The 10 recognized parties in the House, with 5 members and above, each with a total of 190 members, accounts for 80% of the strength of the Council. Others, including regional parties and independents amounting to 20% of the membership of the House, got 19% share of the participation. Overall, indicating broad correspondence between the strength and share of the opportunities. The 8 non-NDA parties featuring among the 10 recognized parties together got a higher share of opportunities in proportion to their strength. Besides the BJP that got 1% lesser share, the JDU could avail 0.55% of total chances of participation as against its strength of 2.51% in the House, primarily due to none of its members getting any unstarred questions listed during the session. Among the opposition and non-NDA parties, the Congress, TMC, AIADMK got proportionally higher opportunities, while the BJD, the DMK, TRS and CPM got their due share. Only the SP got a lesser share. During the session, 107 members took part in question hour, 100 took part in the 2 debates on the motion of thanks to the President and the General Budget. 76 0R and 33 special mentions were made. 24 participated in the lone discussion on a private member's bill. Besides, 1,120 unstarred questions of 118 members replied in writing. This makes the zone of opportunities of participation 1,460. Equity of participation was analyzed against this window of total opportunities of participation. The analysis, however, revealed that members from the regional parties outshone others with respect to overall individual performances. 18 members from regional parties were among the top 30 performers, while 8 from the BJP and 4 from the Congress accounted for the remaining 40%. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
Now let's take a look at some of the highlights of the first half of budget session of Parliament. In fact, Communications Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad apprised the members of the upper house that the misconception of right of internet being a fundamental right needs to be cleared because national security is of paramount importance. Here are the details.
Responding to supplementary questions during question hour, Communications Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said abuse of the internet for spreading violence and terrorism has been rampant, and Pakistan has been doing this in Kashmir. He also said that ISIS prospered because of internet.
The Supreme Court in paragraph 28 has clearly stated that no lawyer argued that right to internet is a fundamental right. Therefore, we are not going to that question. So the second thing which I would like to share with this Honourable House is that while the right of internet is important, security of the country is equally important. Law and order is a state subject. Sir, can we deny that internet, a fine creation of human mind, is not being abused by terrorists, by agent provocateurs, by giving fake news, demanding other kind of exhortation for violence, communal violence? Abuse of internet, not in India but globally. Whole ISIS prospered because of internet. What the Supreme Court has done is that they have said temporary suspension of rules must be periodically reviewed.
He emphasized that the Constitution, which provides rights, also lays equal stress on its regulation.
हम लोग अपने अधिकारों की बात करते हैं, लेकिन जो अधिकार संविधान की धारा 19(1) से निकलता है, उसी संविधान के 19(2) में उसके रेगुलेशन का भी प्रावधान है. वो भी एक संवैधानिक प्रावधान है जिसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपने 20वें फैसले में सही माना है. इसलिए अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इंटरनेट के उपयोग को बोलने और लिखने के अधिकार के संतुलन में रखा है, तो जो उस अधिकार के ऊपर नियंत्रण और रेगुलेशन का संवैधानिक प्रावधान है वही इंटरनेट पर भी लागू होगा. इसका अर्थ ये हुआ कि इंटरनेट का उपयोग करिए. इंटरनेट से आप हिंसा पन पाएंगे, इंटरनेट से आप मानहानि करेंगे, इंटरनेट से अगर देश की एकता, अखंडता, सुरक्षा को आप कमजोर करेंगे तो कार्रवाई होगी और होनी भी चाहिए.
Prasad also said that use of internet cannot create violence and weaken unity, integrity and security of the nation. Kriti Mishra's report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now let's take a look at some of the important start questions answered orally on the floor of the Rajya Sabha. In fact, responding to a query, Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution Minister Ram Vilas Paswan apprised the members that One Nation, One Ration Card scheme will be rolled out throughout the country from 1st of June this year.
Responding to supplementary questions during question hour, Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ram Vilas Paswan said that a fake letter had surfaced claiming a new card under One Nation, One Ration Card scheme would be issued and private vendors had been engaged for the same. Paswan said that he had the department concerned to look into the rumor and take action. Further, the department may refer the case to the CBI if needed.
बार-बार कह रहे हैं प्रेस के माध्यम से भी, लेकिन मैं आज आपके माध्यम से कहना चाहता हूं कि जो गरीब है, जिस राशन कार्ड पर उसको अनाज मिलता है, वो पूरे देश में जाएगा, जहां कहीं भी जाएगा उसी राशन कार्ड के ऊपर में उसको जो है अनाज मिलेगा. नया राशन कार्ड की आवश्यकता नहीं है. और यदि कोई इस तरह का जो है क्या कहते हैं प्रचार करता है या जाली क्या कहते हैं निकाल रहा है, उसको हम लोगों ने डिपार्टमेंट से कहा है कि देखो और आवश्यकता पड़े तो इसको CBI को दे दो.
Responding to another query, Minister of State for Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare Purushottam Rupala said it was a matter of concern that despite steps taken by the Maharashtra government as well as the centre, the state reported the maximum number of suicides by farmers. He said that the government will initiate talks with representatives, farmers and other stakeholders to find out reasons behind this.
महाराष्ट्र में भारत सरकार की जो योजनाएं हैं या महाराष्ट्र सरकार की भी जो योजनाएं हैं और दोनों को मिलाकर भी जो योजनाएं जा रही हैं उन सबको मॉनिटरिंग करने की तो बहुत ही पक्की व्यवस्थाएं हमारी भारत सरकार की भी हैं और महाराष्ट्र सरकार की भी हैं। दोनों सरकारों के प्रयासों के बावजूद महाराष्ट्र में इस प्रकार की स्थिति क्यों है, इसका आकलन करने का नए सिरे से हमें विचार हम कर रहे हैं और इसके लिए हम क्या करना चाहिए, हम जनप्रतिनिधियों के साथ, किसानों के साथ बैठ के इसमें आगे क्या करना चाहिए उस बारे में भी सोच रहे हैं।
Replying to another question, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said the government has taken several steps to promote exports and help Indian exporters meet global challenges in the manufacturing and service sectors.
Some require legal and legislative changes, which we'll bring to the House very shortly in the coming days once we have made up our mind, considering also that in WTO we are fighting a case in which certain countries have gone against India and our effort to promote exports through SEZ. As far as the changes that we have already done on the Baba Kalyani Committee report, we believe that has helped in ease of doing business.
Questions were also raised on damage to crops due to the recent locust attack and stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Thank you. Question number 69.
Now let's take a look at some of the important zero-hour submissions of the first half of budget session of Parliament.
During 0 hour on February 5th, member Satyanarayan Jatia demanded implementation of interlinking of river project.
पानी की समस्या देश भर में है और हमने बहुत ही महत्वाकांक्षी एक योजना बनाई नदियों को जोड़ने के लिए। नदियों को जोड़ करके जिस तरह से पानी की समस्या है, कहीं बाढ़ है, कहीं सूखा है, कहीं पीने का पानी नहीं है, नदियां सूख जाती है समय से और नदियों में लगातार पानी बना नहीं रहता है, तो नदियों में पानी रहने के कारण से जो ग्राउंड वाटर है वह भी और नीचे चला जाता है। तो अनेक स्थानों पर, अनेक प्रदेशों में इस पानी के अभाव के कारण से जनजीवन मुश्किलों से भर जाता है, तकलीफ़ों से भर जाता है और बहुत दूर दूर से भी पीने के पानी को लाने के लिए और लाने के उपाय करते हैं।
Member Jairam Ramesh raised the issue of devolution of taxes to the states.
So when this government announced that 42% of gross tax revenues will be devolved to states, it was hailed as a game changer by the Prime Minister, and we all expected that this recommendation would actually be implemented in practice. So in the year that has just will be end on the 31st of March, the fiscal year 2019-20, not 42%, but 30% of gross tax revenues will be devolved to states. So the government owes this House an explanation why a commitment made that 42% of the tax revenues would go to states has actually become only 30%. In the previous few years, it has been 35%. It has never been 42%, and I think this is a breach of promise.
Member Narendra Jadhav demanded the basics of new age technology to be included in the school curriculum.
For the last few years, the world is going through the Industrial Revolution 4.0 on the basis on so-called new age technology, which includes artificial intelligence and machine learning, data analytics, robotics, blockchain technology, automated technology, additive manufacturing, Internet of Things, and augmented reality. This transformative technology, sir, is changing the world rapidly and irrevocably. As such, there is an imperative need to make a transition towards what may be called Education 4.0. There is an urgent need to introduce at least the basics of all these components of the new age technology and Industrial Revolution 4.0 right at the high school level.
Member Pratap Singh Bajwa raised the issue of safety in India's civil aviation space.
जो यूरोपियन यूनियन की एयर सेफ्टी एजेंसी है, उनका सेफ्टी रेगुलेटर है, उन्होंने बाकायदा तौर स्टर्न वार्निंग दी है कि एयरबस 320 न्यू इंजन्स मस्ट बी रिप्लेस्ड एंड दे कैनॉट टेक चांसेस। ये कहते ये हैं कि सर दोनों इंजन्स को ज़रूरी नहीं है, एक अगर फेल भी हो जाए तो लैंड कर सकता है, तो वी कैनॉट टेक चांसेस।
Member Sameer Oraon demanded a fair probe into the killing of 7 tribals in Jharkhand's West Singhbhum district.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं बताना चाहता हूं कि पिछले 19 जनवरी को वहां गुलीकेरा गांव में 7 आदिवासियों को पूरा सिर धड़ से अलग करके हत्या कर दी गई। हत्या के 2 दिन के बाद वहां पर प्रशासन पहुंचती है और वहां आरोपी खुद उन पुलिस प्रशासन को बोलता है कि हम लोगों ने ऐसा किया।
Member KJ Alphonse drew the attention of the House towards the plight of rubber farmers in the country.
After this government came to power, they increased the import duty to 25%. So the government has done its bit, but sir, it has not produced the desired result. So this government has declared minimum support price for 22 crops. That being so, if we take a base price of 171 rupees per kg as a production cost, sir, the price should be something above 200 kilograms per 200 rupees per kilogram. Sir, it is now hovering around 130. Sir, we need serious government intervention to fix a minimum support price for rubber, and I kindly request the government to do so.
Issues of compensation to accident victims and vacant teaching posts in central universities also found mention during 0 hour that day. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And here are all the latest developments in Parliament.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla on Friday said a law will be framed to check disruptions of the House proceedings and stop members from entering the well of the House. At a meeting with some journalists from the Indian Women's Press Corps at the Parliament House, the Lok Sabha said the draft for such a law is under preparation. He said this will be applicable to all legislative bodies across the country. Birla said adequate steps have been taken to reduce incidents of disruptions of the House. The Speaker said that the smooth functioning of the House is necessary to ensure that the concerns of the masses are suitably reflected in the debates of the House. He added that the 17th Lok Sabha has been very productive so far and all bills have been thoroughly debated on the floor of the House before being passed. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
So that's all we had for you in this edition of Parliament Matters. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Rajya Sabha Television.